Well, hello everybody. Hang on just 1 second. Thanks for being back trackside live on camera 2 here with Rail Moments. And I'm Mike. Appreciate y'all jumping on with us today. Looking forward for another fun time. Casey's in the stadium. Casey is back in the studio, not the stadium. And making sure that we're all good. And right now we got trackside action already. Just got here. Had a couple things go wrong there on the setup. So sorry for that in the beginning, but we got hard already. Let's get ready. We can talk afterwards. And again, thanks for being live trackside with us here on Rail Moments. And there goes an ethanol train. Well, hello everybody again. And how is everybody this afternoon? We are live. We are trackside. And we've got to center you up just a little bit here with this picture. Everything is starting off with a challenge today. So, bear with me. We'll get there. First two attempts to get signed on, both had issues. And again, we've discussed this so many times. The words might and technology do not do well together in the same sentence. So, like I said, we started off with a little bit of a rough start. Couldn't get the connection to go. Casey's back in the studio with us today, and we are back at control point North Dalton. And if you've not been with us before, if you've just tuned in, we only have a couple rules. 1, have fun. 2, if the scanner starts, which we have 2 scanners on, then I try to go quiet right away so we don't miss anything. And 3, interact with us. If you're below us, above us, trackside, let us know where you are. If there's something coming through, let us know. Shout out the engine, locomotive models, whatever it is that is your excitement with rail fannings, because each of us have something different when we rail fan. Might be the different cars from the fallen lines, like a Norfolk Western car that you see go by, or an MOW piece of equipment, whatever it is. Have fun, shout it out. We do have 2 quality control folks that monitor with us as well. And get outdoors and Mama Bear have both volunteered to do that with us to make sure that something goes wrong and I don't realize it. They send me a message, and it's like Mike. And so they watch over for all of us. We appreciate you guys volunteering to do that. That is phenomenal. And they even have a song inspired by real moments. Let's see if they're going to come back with some more conversation or not. So our last southbound, if you noticed, I think every single car was a placard 1987 displayed there on the side for the warning, and that is ethanol. And the official verbiage, what is a placard 1987? Let's get specific here. This is what's on the internet, and it reads, potentially dangerous liquids with UN 1987 alcohols, ethanol, flammable liquid. So, no smoking, and if that train turns over or has a problem, do not get close. So, an ethanol train heading south with us. Got a great begin the day orange salute. And like I said, we're here to have a good time. This is totally live. And whatever happens, you see about 8 seconds. We'll do a little test here, just for fun. You hear the music there in the background. It's ice cream time. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a countdown, and we'll see how long it takes for me to hear myself, and then you'll know how many seconds we're running today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds delay today. That's how good our signal is headed back to you guys. So, y'all feel free. Let us know who's on, where you are, what you're doing. Have a good time. We are looking, I'll just kind of give you a lay of the land if it's your first time with us. And we got to get a couple things straightened up here. We're just a little bit on the crooked side. So, let's get you all leveled off. And the track closest to us is Atlanta North District Line. Hey, Crash, you up there at Long? That's a beautiful spot. I love Long. Especially right at sundown where it's starting to get just a little bit dark. Man, those lights just pop. And they make some perfect pictures up there. Plus, it's a great spot where the northbounds hold on a frequent basis, and it's right there at the crossing. Plus, it's another spot where they change train crews quite a bit. So, Crash is at one of my favorites. But boy, you talk about when it gets dark, there isn't enough lights there. You could have more light with a candle. So, Crash, glad you're up above us. You let us know what's coming south. We're going to let you know what's coming north. And for those of you who just jumped on, or for those of you who watch this in the future, when it's not live, because as soon as this video finishes today, and I'm going to guess we'll probably be here till 8 tonight. Maybe just a tag short of 8, depends on how hungry I get. I came straight from my other job. So, control point, North Dalton, as you can see there on the box, on the gondola. The track that goes straight up, Norfolk Southern, Atlanta North District. So if you thought, hey, Robert, How are you? You know what? The more I try to learn my camera, the less I learn about it because there's always something else to know. And boy, if you touch the wrong button, whoo, it is not a good day in paradise. Glad you're on, Robert. How's the dog, by the way? And right there is the CSX line that goes northbound. Actually, at this point, it kind of swings northwest, goes on up to Tunnel Hill, then swings back northeast to Ringgold, and then swings back towards Chattanooga, where that track, 28 miles from here, goes past Camera 1, which most of you have nicknamed the Bird Cam. And most of you already know, to chat with Casey and I during the day, when we're on or able to be on, we kind of hang out on the Bird Cam channel where you can chat. Now, the Bird Cam channel resets twice a day at noon. So it goes off for about 5 minutes, automatically resets itself, and then at midnight. If you've not watched the bird camera before, once the sun goes down, it is a wildlife refuge, a bird sanctuary. So there are none, zero, nada lights anywhere. So when the trains go through, you see a burst of light, you get to hear all the action, and then you see the EOT when it's done. The other cool thing with Camera 1 is the fact that it monitors a lot of the channels, the rail communication channels there in the Chattanooga area. So you can hear what all is coming and going on this particular train. You'll hear them clear it. You'll hear what junction points are cleared through, etc. and so forth. So, a fun camera. The other day when we were here, there are a whole bunch of railroad ties behind that building. That's a very historic building. And it's Bucket List Antiques. And in there is all the antiques you could possibly want. It's amazing. So if you've never been in Bucket List Antiques, there's a place for you to start right here on Peacock Alley in downtown Dalton. And there are 2 diamonds here in Dalton. There's the North Diamond and then the one in the middle by the old. Still sick? Oh no. Oh. Bless its little heart. You make sure you get all those medicines, take good care, because nothing more special than a dog. And got a little traffic over there. You can see Peacock Alley, main road over there. That's downtown. And Peacock Alley, all through are these beautiful peacocks on that street, all the way through town. And they're just gorgeous. And it's called Peacock Alley because that's where the ladies used to quilt and display them and trade and sell and buy. And then as a result, Tufting. Tufting. She's got a fever and we can't figure out why, huh? Huh. Well, tell that vet to step up the game. We gotta get our baby better. Boy, when Harley doesn't feel good, we're like crisis mode. Harley's our dog. She's a skipper key. She's 16 years old, but doesn't know it. Thinks she's still 4 and she can leap like Super Dog. Back to Peacock Alley over there, where they used to display, and then tufting. A lady by the name of Mary invented or had a design, and then they called it tufting. And then that's what became carpet, how they made carpet. And that's why 90% of the world's carpet, either 90 or 80, I think it's 90% of the world's carpet is produced within 25 miles of here. So Dalton is the carpet capital of the world. And where we are, as you can see, this used to be a road across, and we're literally we're parked on the road on a center divider, but then they built the overpass, which is now a pigeon home, and up above us, you can see the lights, what's left of them, and you can see it's just black soot. Nothing but just good old black soot where all the locomotives have gone through, and the lights are pretty much melted from the heat, I would guess, from the locomotives. Now, over there, if we're still here when the lights come on, over in that section, those lights all work. But hey, Tony, how are you? That's where those lights will come on at night. And then the storefronts that you see, this is the back side where everything's just crooked tonight. But we'll fix it, don't worry. We got this. All right, those are the storefronts on the other side, and then all above are residential apartments, condos, what have you. There's a restaurant in there someplace, so lots of folks in behind there. There's some pigeons just roosting there on the wire. They love to search for dinner. They love to search for dinner along the track because the grain trains leak kernels of corn, and that's how they find dinner. So they're getting ready to do some dinner searching. So when you see a grain train, sometimes we call it the pigeon feeder, because it feeds the pigeons. There is one of 2 depots here in Dalton. That used to be the Dalton Depot restaurant, but it's having some work done to it. Old things always need restoration. So, don't know to what extent they're doing, but that is the old passenger depot. And then, further on down, boy, is it windy tonight. We've been windy since last week. All right, the 2 reds to the right, red over red, that is the signal indication pole for CSX. And the 3 reds, red over red over red, is the signal indication for Norfolk Southern for both southbound trains. As you can see, we are at the 40.0 for Norfolk Southern. And we're about the 99.4. Let's see what the scanner's got to say. And then all the pigeons, like I said, we were just talking about the pigeon train. All the pigeons that were up on that wire, and they all live over here underneath the viaduct. They all just landed for dinner over here by us. How cool is that? We had a discussion the other day. I think John was on when we were doing it. Is a pigeon a dove, or is a dove a pigeon? And we came to the conclusion they are related. Those are pigeons, and they have the gray and the colorful necks and what have you. And the doves are the brown ones, but they are, we'll just say for sake of conversation, genetically connected. So, pigeon dinner time. If you go to Coffey's Cliff, you can see a lot of times, because the train cars sit there for a while, you can see piles of grain where sometimes there's a decent leak, or on top of the cars where they have loaded them. And they'll land on the cars, but it's not unusual to see probably 400 pigeons, for those of you that have been there. And they all line up, and then they circle like one great big flock, I guess. I guess that's what you call a bunch of pigeons, a flock. So the pigeons are having dinner. They're going to do some rail fanning with us. And I'm going to get a couple more things set up, and then I'll be back with you guys. And until then, we'll watch dinner. Hello, Cody. How are you? How's everything up in Tunnel Hill? A little quiet. Haven't sent anything up to you since I've been here. I'm glad to see all is good. Hope you're well. Everything in your world is well. Cody's been on with us since the beginning of time when we started these. And there go all the pigeons. Hello, ain't right. How are you tonight, sir? But if you wanted to go to Cody's house, if you start walking up that track right there, if you're a train, you'll make it there in 15 minutes. And I think it's 10 to 12 miles up to. Cody, what is your milepost up there for downtown Tunnel Hill? That'll tell us exactly how far we are. And that is where the famous Tunnel Hill Tunnel is that the General went through. And you can still today go through the tunnel at Tunnel Hill. And if you've never done that, that is a really cool experience. One that you truly shouldn't miss. I love going through there. 6 of you get out, there's a little museum there. It's very inexpensive. You hop on this 6-passenger golf cart, and then you go through the tunnel. They open up the gate, the old W&A gate still there. And you go through, and it's really, really interesting. And the one thing that stuck with me the most if they were in there working and a train would come, they had little manholes that they backed into while the train went through. But you look at the size of those holes, and you look at the size of how we are today, I don't know how anybody ever fit in those holes, because, whoo, I'd be lucky to get one leg in. But I guess they were little bitty fellers back then. But Cody is straight up that line. If you hopped on the next northbound CSX train, you'd be up at Cody's in Tunnel Hill. Looks like the pigeons are coming back. One pigeon chasing another pigeon. Oh, get out of here. Oh, let's go together. Hey, all over that place. We are listening to the monitor, keeping track of what's coming, going. So we got lookouts there in Tunnel Hill, up at Long. Now we just, okay, the 109. So 9 miles from where we are to where Cody is. Oh, there goes everybody. Somebody's got a motorcycle, and they don't like that. So everybody gone. There are two diamonds. This is the North Diamond where everything crosses over. And CSX, our CSX siding there. This is a CSX yard and controlled by CSX. It's not first come, first serve. CSX does control the switching through here. So off to the left, a couple tracks there. And if Jonathan was here, he'd tell you that those train cars sitting down there are for L808. That's the local switcher that works down below us. And those cars are on the CSX siding. Sometimes they run back and forth up down a hill. School bus up in Hamilton County, where my primary job is. They're off for spring break this week. Cody, see Pear Marquette, 1899. We are going to have to probably stay up. NS train 370. NS 370. Okay, Crash. We sent you one of everything. We even sent you an empty auto rack that says scared. Did y'all see that fella on the side of it? On that one that said, and those were all empty auto racks that you just saw go by here at North Dalton. And over there in the distance is here at the north end of town. You see everybody starting to go home from work there at the crossing. There's an MOW train parked on a siding about a half a mile north of us. And 370's clear to the north. Crash, we're sending you 4 locomotives on the head end there. 8026, 7712, 4617, and 4408. And up front is a GE model manufacturer, an ES 44AC, leading train number 370, headed on up to Junction Point Long, where Crash is. Ain't right. Where are you at today, sir? Let's see, up to Long. Less than 30 minutes. Crash will have that train. And our pigeons making their way back. Those are some, instead of jailbirds, those are some railbirds. Hey everybody, that was Mrs. S. She said to tell y'all hi. She's getting ready to go teach class. Our little feathered friends, they're over here, over there, up here, down there. They're just kind of like one of everywhere. .363 coming our way. Everybody. Okay, Cody. Northbound. He's got 9 miles to go. Then he'll be at your place. And you got a collection of locomotives up there. Cody, if you get a chance, you call out what those motors are that we're sending you. Crash, you owe us a train. We gave you one. Your turn to send us one. And did y'all see the car that said erase? E-R-A-S-E. How many times have we seen that together on the different cars? More auto racks. Going north, all empty. A couple of those brand new cars, those are an empty, brand new canvas, just waiting for somebody to make their expressions across the side of that train. I forgot, when those northbounds go by here, they start the whistle for that crossing. Woo! But I won't forget the next northbound. It's been a while since we've seen a northbound here together. So we are here at North Dalton. We are live. The connection's so fantastic. There's only about a 6-second delay with you guys. Pigeons came for a while, scrounged around, and then they left after a little while. Cody's trackside. He's up in Tunnel Hill catching that train, next 9 miles up. And Crash is up at Long, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes north of us. So he'll keep us posted on anything coming south. Plus, we have the lights for both CSX and NS for the southbound traffic. Chuck, hello, sir. Hope all is good there. And Tony has invited you all on May 24th of 2025 to Winchester, Tennessee, where there's a model train show at the American Legion Post 44. Hello, Eugene. How are you, sir? And this Saturday from, I think it's 11 to 8, down in Irondale, there is, the Magic City train meetup. Yes, Saturday, March 22nd of 2025 at 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Alabama and Irondale, which is Birmingham, Alabama, the Magic City Rail Watch 2025. An event sponsored by Aiden, McClendon, and 2 others. So make sure you make plans. Jesse from Whistleboard Productions going to be there with me, or I'm going to be there with him, whichever way you want to say that sentence. Going down with Brian, Train Nut. So we'll all see you guys from there, and hopefully we'll see all you guys there. So we're going to go ahead and swing on back trackside. Keep an eye on the lights to the south. Our pigeons have left, so I guess they're full. Crash, you let us know what's coming south. Cody, you do the same thing. You've got the northbound point, so we're good here. Casey's got everything controlled in the studio, and we're just having a great night here at Control Point, or Junction Point, North Dalton. So, I got the cam on, the bird cam, so we are listening to the second scanner, as well as the scanner here on site with us. Gonna point you all back southbound. There's the old passenger depot where the restaurant used to be. And there are our southbound lights. And we've got guests. I said this is one of many fantastic spots. And if you've never been to the Dalton Visitor Center, it is an incredible place to railfan from. It's about 6 blocks right down where you see those vehicles crossing, right down there. It's right on the other side of the diamond. That is the Dalton Visitor Center. And you can play disc golf there. The Crescent City Tavern's down there if you're hungry. And the Crescent City rail car is down there. Beautiful, beautiful place. And like I said, they've got a porch, 100 feet long, longer than that you can sit on undercover, so you can come. It's super well lit, so you can come daytime, nighttime, bring a snack, bring the family, bring the neighbors. You can even bring somebody you don't like. There's that much room. You can sit at one end while they're at the other end. We are there at the 40 on the Norfolk Southern, so we're going to just kind of keep an eye to the south, and I'm going to catch up with you all here on the chat. And we are aggressively trying to get to that 2,000 subscriber number. So tell somebody to come join us. They can chat with us, and tell them we're all here to have a good time and do exactly what it says. Rail fanning. Kind of like Crash says, we go fishing. You don't know if we're going to get a bite. You don't know what you pull out from underneath that water, but you know there is something, and that is the same thing with rail fanning. There's always the next train. Just depends on where it is, what it is, and what is on it. And the old freight depot is right down there where they have those cars split. That's the crossing there. And that whole section right down there is where the Dalton Visitor Center is. And the viewing platform, it's a massive porch, basically. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Another day in the world of paradise.
I walk over and join you.
Just do that Mary Poppins thing, up and over.
Yeah.
I'm Mike, you are?
Carl.
Harold?
Carl.
Carl.
Like at first, but not communist. So much coming? much coming to your road or not?
It was real quiet earlier, but it has picked up some.
Yeah, I would say it usually gets busy about 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it was really, really quiet from 3 to 4, 4:30, and then it's slowly been picking up.
You live here in town?
I live in Ringo, and our channel is Rail Moments, and we are live right now.
I'm actually from Wisconsin, believe it or not.
Oh, you down visiting?
Working.
Or is this home?
I'm working, but then I discovered this hotspot kind of by accident, so I was coming down after work every couple of nights.
Oh yeah, this is a phenomenal place. Give me just 1 second.
I don't live too far from a place called Grand Crossing up in Wisconsin, if you've ever heard of that.
No, it's too cold for me up there.
I'll come over to your side. I'll be right here.
So as we were saying a little bit ago, invite a friend, have them jump on and chat with us. If they had a good time, tell them to subscribe. If they had a bad time, tell them to come back again and we'll make sure it's a good time. Casey would like to hit, and I would like to hit 2,000 subscribers in the very, very near future. And with your help, we will do that. Crash, you keep us updated. Brian's sending me pictures of the platform that they have down in Irondale where we're going this weekend. And boy, it looks super nice place. Brian's going to take us to the finest places. Hey Ken, how are you tonight? what's new in your world? Are you trackside tonight? Or what are you up to? Crash? Okay, you made up. We sent you a northbound. Crash is sending us a southbound. We do not have signal indication for him yet. Well, let's see. Crash is sending us a southbound intermodal with auto racks making its way. Crash, is it on the east or west side of the train? We're going to be on the east side. So will we see it? Or which side are you on up there? Somebody didn't like them, huh? Boy, Kmart's a memory from the past, the old blue light specials. All right, everybody. Auto racks coming our way. Yeah, Kmart, you and I grew up with that kid, so that was just, we're going to Kmart. You walk in and you hear the blue light special and you look for the little cart and you scurry back there and get whatever it is while it's a hot deal, and even if you didn't need it, it was cheap, so you got it anyhow. So our train coming south has some non-Kmart loving information on it, but like I said, we don't know which side Crash is on. Crash is above us, about 20 minutes train time above us up at Control Point Long. So we will be seeing that. We do not have signal indication yet on our southbound. So, but we do have a landing pigeon. Flighty little fellas.
And a fat guy from Wisconsin.
And we just had a guy, Carl, landed from Wisconsin. You want to say hi to everybody, Carl?
Sure do.
Come on right over there. You can tell everybody.
Hey guys, I'm working down here. Good to see you. I live, my south lot line is actually Union Pacific's former Chicago and Northwestern main line between Minneapolis and Chicago. So I get to watch trains off the deck of my house. But I'm working down here in Georgia and discovered Dalton kind of by accident. And you guys are super nice people down here. Thanks for letting me say hi.
We let you Northerns come visit.
Yeah?
Actually, I'm from Ohio, so y'all let me stay too. Well, our little friends came and went already. So the pigeons are gone again. There is our, well, hi, Mama Bear. There's the other half of the quality control team. Good to see you. I saw your note on cam 1 on the bird cam. Crash, Mama Bear crashes to the north of us. If you remember Kmart, somebody wrote some things that they didn't like about the old Kmart days, but don't know what side of the train it's on, but we're going to keep an eye open for that. We are waiting for indication, and if it stays red, that means we would have a southbound coming through first. If you've not been with us before, this yard is controlled by CSX. So it's not first come, first serve, first win. It is determined by them who's going to be through next. So, y'all sit back, relax. If I remember right, Mama Bear, you're at work tonight, correct? Tony just finished a 10-hour shift, so he's chilling like a villain, hanging out with us, thinking about what's next on his project list. So how long you been down?
Since before Thanksgiving, I've been coming down every week or every other week. Oh, thank you. Nice.
And everything we say, they hear.
Yeah.
Have you figured out the lay of the land already?
I have, and I really want to know the history of this yard. Why the crazy, twisted deal? Who was here first? And why is one main line the opposite side of the yard that belongs to the same railroad, and the other main line runs through the middle of it? What's the history of that? It's crazy.
Well, goes back to the Civil War days and prior. Next the old W&A sub on that side, and they cross over right on the other side, down by the other depot.
Right, yeah, I've been at the other. This is the first time I've ever got eyes on this side.
Yeah, there's two divots, one here, one there.
Right.
And this is where, because it goes on the way they were laid back when. I don't know which was first. Hey, John, are you on tonight? And John, if you are, which came first? It's one of those chicken and egg conversations. My first guess is this used to be a W&A yard, and that's who was first. But since I'm not that old, I don't know for sure, but I'm just going to guess. And I know if John comes on, he'll fill us in, because there's many railroad lines to go. There, the first depot y'all see is the passenger depot. The other depot just a little bit further down is the old freight depot. Well, my guess would be whatever the original line was before. I don't know if the WA was first or something. Because this is a CSX yard in Norfolk Southern goes through. Because the CSX controls it. I would guess CSX was first.
Yeah.
Which was however many railroad lines ago. But yeah, there's this one, and then that one. These are sightings. Those cars that are down there on the side, those would be for CSX that's working down to the south of us.
Right.
And there's a very small NS rail yard just down the way. Also, very small rail yard. Very, very small. Like a gate and a bunch of tracks. And they serve some customers down there. And then from here, the W&A goes northwest up to Tunnel Hill, then cuts back northeast to Ringo, then cuts back northwest up to Chattanooga and on around.
The tracks that I live next to is called the Adams Line, the Adams Subdivision, and it was some of the last new track that was laid by Chicago and Northwestern back in 1912. So it was one of the last new main lines laid in the entire country. It's got all the modern curvature and the modern gradients and stuff, and it was made to be a shortcut to get to Minneapolis, whereas Chicago and Northwestern's original line was a twisty, hilly thing that's not too much different from around here. They've had several tunnels and a lot of hills to go through, so they bypassed all those cities and just laid a straight high-speed line from Milwaukee to a town called Wyville, and I live right at the crew change point, exactly halfway between Milwaukee and St. Paul is where my house is, and in fact, by my septic mound system outside my house is the yard limit sign.
No.
So yeah, it's.
I wouldn't get anything done if my house was on the railroad. I wouldn't even go to work.
In the
Until I
winter,
got really hungry.
in the winter time when the frost layer is deep, all the wife's plates go crooked on the walls when the slack runs in. When they stop to do a crew change, the whole house shakes. So it's kind of interesting that way, but I don't mind it. I like sitting out on my deck on a hot summer night, and there's a fairly significant grade to the east of my house, and it's about a 1.5%-ish for about 8 miles. So they leave town, they put the throttle right to the firewall, and you can hear the turbo screaming.
Yes. Oh, hey guys! Crashes train. Has got approach clearance. We are now green over red over red. Here comes the Kmart special. And Crash, I had a call. Let me get back on the other monitor and see which side you're on. And I can't believe you saw a bald eagle. That is so cool. I haven't seen a bald eagle in our area since we did the Ocoee trip on TVRM. We saw 5 that last trip. I hope you got pictures of it.
I've got a nest down the tracks from my house.
You do?
Yeah, we got tons of them. I only actually live about 5 miles from the Wisconsin River, and there's a dam on the Wisconsin River called Petenwell Dam. And in cold weather, when the river is frozen over by the open water of the dam, you can easily see 5 dozen of them in the trees around that open water.
Catching dinner there.
Oh yeah. Last Saturday on the Black River and the Cross, somebody got a picture of 40 of them standing on the ice out there, just waddling around the ice, just hanging out. It's not uncommon in Wisconsin to see bald eagles eating off of deer kills next to the road. In fact, that's how a lot of them get injured. They, in the wintertime when the rivers and lakes are frozen over, they go for carrion just like a buzzard or a vulture.
Now those scratch on the scanner there, Mama Bear, so that confirms our southbound is getting close. We're talking about bald eagles in the great state, the great cold state of Wisconsin. Oh. Hey Crash, are you on the east side or the west side up at Long? Oh, that's cool. Crash has already posted his eagle picture. You want to see?
Sure.
You're welcome here, or I give you a chair. Which would you like? All right.
What's up, Warren? There's one. Your name is Mike again?
Uh-huh.
Mike.
Casey. Where we are is downwind of a whole bunch of restaurants. By the time the wind gets here, we got one smell of everything, and whew, is it good. The longer I sit here, the more I think I'm hungrier.
Have you eaten at the Crescent City Bar up there?
I go there all the time.
That's a nice place.
They've got incredible chicken.
Nice. I like their steamed broccoli, believe it or not. They steam their broccoli better than Applebee's. Of course, I do a lot of, I flew down here, so I do a lot of.
How long is your project for that you're down here?
How long? A month ago it should have been done, and they were still screwing around with it. So.
Have you been out to Tunnel Hill yet?
I haven't. I intend to get up there.
They've got Joe Silver Wars.
Yeah, I've heard you can get juice up there.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Six patch You go in, and you know it lights up, and they talk about the different things. You see they've got splits ground, so what we got? We got an just get up against the wall with the trailer. There was some little fellows back there. I couldn't get one leg in there.
The old Chicago and Northwestern main line actually had four tunnels on it. Those are all Wisconsin bike trails now, so you can bicycle through.
Oh, cool.
And right by a city called Toma, Wisconsin, is a little town called Tunnel City, and that's where the old Milwaukee Road main line still goes through a tunnel there. Now it's Canadian Pacific, of course. But Tunnel City is kind of cool, and then there's also an old Chicago and Northwestern tunnel next to that one that collapsed in years ago, back in the 70s, I think 75. And Chicago and Northwestern abandoned it, and then they got trackage rights to Canadian Pacific, and they just pulled their main line over and started using their tunnel to get to Winona, Minnesota, instead of going through their own. They figured, why bother? They were going to daylight the old tunnel a couple years ago. There's a sand mine there that makes fracking sand for oil drilling. And they were going to daylight that tunnel and relay the old C&W tracks, because the mine was getting really shafted by Canadian Pacific on their freight rates, so they wanted to lay a track down to that mine on their old road bed to have a spur to load sand trains. And then they found out they had an endangered species of bat in that collapsed tunnel, and that put the kibosh to that.
That was the end of that.
That was the end of that. But just west of that tunnel, we have a huge military base called Fort McCoy, and both railroads serve Fort McCoy, so it's kind of neat. Fort McCoy has its own railroad. It's really well cared for GP7 that they use for switching out the Army base, which is, if you're lucky, you can go by and see those guys working and shuffling cars around, especially during the summertime when they come in to do Desert War games. They've got, you'll get a whole train full of M1 Abrams or Bradley fighting vehicles get unloaded, so you can swing or unloaded that stuff. That's kind of cool. You guys probably see that at Fort Benning. Yeah, right at Fort Knox.
Every now and then.
CSX will have a military train.
Hey everybody! As you all just heard on the scanner, our southbound has passed the 36.2. As you all know, we're at the 40, so he's a couple miles out, making his way here. We're going to try and listen for his number, and here comes. We've nicknamed this train the Kmart Special. Thanks to Crash and whatever he's sending us about. It was either 142 or 146 was his number. He just called North Dalton. All right, y'all. Train time. Here you go, Mama Bear. Thanks, Crash. I've got to figure out where that smell's coming from, because I want to eat there. Oh, come on, Crash. Don't tell me I'm on the wrong side. You got us all excited on the Kmart Special. Carl's got horn.
Am I the only one that's tired of General Electric and wants some good old school EMVs? I'm half surprised this diamond here, they don't, as hard as that's hammered, because it's just a yard lead going across it, they don't make this a jump diamond.
Hey, John, are you on by chance? And there goes our southbound that Crash sent down to us. 4401 lead locomotive. AC 44. I think he said 219. Is that what he said? Sounded like 219, so I do believe that was NS 219, led by 4401 on that power. And as we were saying, an AC 44C6M, and we just had a double honk. So, y'all know what that could mean. It was pretty strong, so we could have a northbound sitting down there on the CSX line waiting to come up. So let's just stay swung to the south. I see there's cars still going across. And hey, we got a car salute. There he goes, right? Sorry, I didn't just yell. There goes our car salute, you guys. Only on Rail Moments do you get dual salute opportunities. All right, let's go back to our feathered friend who just landed. There he is. Oh, and we do. We had a northbound waiting. Here we go, guys. Okay, pigeons, y'all move. Let's see what we got. That's right. Move, my little feathered friend, move. All right, what do y'all think? CSX coming our way? That's my bet. Mama Bear, you're on it. Horn. We had a quick double blast, so that means he is starting from a roll up. So he's gonna be rolling slow and rolling strong, and there he is. .142 northbound. Whoa! Now that was a long train. Anybody kept up with how many cars? That was 142 on the old W&A northbound. Cody, if you are still by the track, that train probably stretches all the way from me to you up there. That was a massive train that we are sending. You guys will be able to see, he'll go through, he'll go up and see Cody up in Tunnel Hill. He'll swing over through Ringgold and then back past the bird camp. So y'all can see that one twice, but that was one. Just think how many Walmarts are loaded on that train. That was unreal. CSX led by 4401 on the locomotive number, led by 7421. 7421, our lead locomotive, double DPU on that train. And if you noticed, our leader has the newer style logo with the website, the www on the side of that locomotive. So northbound on its way, 142. I need a calculator to count all those cars. Wish we had a defect detector between us that said how many axles. Cody, I'm not sure if the 109 defect detector does, but if it does and you have your scanner on, let us know how many axles. An AC 44 rebuilt leader on that train. Man, I just can't get over how long that train was. If I was sitting at the crossing, I'd have fallen asleep by now. Tony, speaking of, you still awake? I know you just finished a 10-hour shift. Our little feathered friends have made their way back. They didn't get enough for dinner, so whoops, I didn't want to go that far out, my bad. They're coming back for a little, either more dinner or dessert, one or the other.
I'm kind of hoping for a Cooper's Hawk.
Cooper's
or a Merlin.
Everybody, if y'all haven't met Carl was just chatting with you. Mama Bear, he's waving back, and you can wave to him. Carl is from Wisconsin, where there's more bald eagles than there are pigeons, and he lives on a track. His porch is where they change crews. I'm jealous until he reminds me that it's in Wisconsin. At that point, I'm out. It is way too cold. I don't care how many bald eagles land over by the dam during winter to catch fish. Ohio is originally home for me. I remember how cold and how much snow there was there, and I have no intention of finding out how much there is in Wisconsin. The only thing I can think of is if I go to Wisconsin, I'm going to see one of those penguins, those black and white things. Penguinville. That's my idea of what happens in the frosty state. I mean, what, 3 months of summer from start to end?
Oh no, I mean which summer? I mean, we usually have about a half a dozen summers. Usually in March we have one summer for about 3 days, and then it goes back to winter, and then that's fall summer number one.
Y'all listen to this?
And then we have kind of a sort of summer in April, and then we have another tornado outbreak, and then a snowstorm a week later, and then we have a regular summer, which is about 10 minutes long in July.
Okay, there's a whole list of reasons why I'm not going to visit up there. I'll just stay right here with y'all. We can watch somebody's train video from up there. Maybe we can make Carl a satellite, and he can send us down year-round winter footage. There, we had a little connection problem there for a moment. Don't know what that was all about. Technology hard at work, because we do have a fantastic signal tonight. Excuse me. Kid Outdoor, we looking good on the TV tonight? Tony, you still awake? And Crash, what's happening up at Long? Y'all give us progress reports. And Cody, if you're trackside, give us a heads up too. You got something sitting on the siding there waiting for that 142 monster coming your way? Wait till I tell Brian what he missed. Whoa. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to send him a message. Hey, bad weather biker. Boy, you got one of everything. Let me read that again. For those of you not looking at the chat, quality good? All right, we got a check mark there. Hey, all we got to do is just take you on down to the phone store, sign you up, plop down the credit card, and you can have anything you want next door. Just be like me, bro. Can make. Whoa! Low pigeon coming in. Did y'all see that? He like a dive bomb pigeon. And he didn't even land. He's just buzzing the camera. Craziness. That's it. Dive bomber. Oh.
You would think as many pigeons as there are around here, there would have to be peregrine falcons or merlins on some of these taller buildings watching for targets of opportunity.
Do they eat them?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Pigeon killers. Oh.
Hawk pelicans like that are awesome.
Sorry I didn't spin you all back out there. My bad. I know, that gives you a brain freeze as fast as it all whirls. They all just swoop back in. We got two of them that, I don't know, it must be something to that corn they're eating. Oh, they just some busy little fellers tonight. Well, I guess fellas, gay, girls, we'll just call them busy pigeons. Let me get back to some of the chat here. They're checking Carl out. They aren't too sure there. One guy, well, two guys in yellow, they're a little worried. Should I eat or should I watch? Crash, you're awful quiet up there. What do you got? Oh, he's gonna eat. Crash, you're awful quiet up there. What you got coming our way? Bad weather biker. YouTube channel for y'all not reading the chat. And is it called Bad Weather Biker, or does it have another?
Yep, that's my channel name.
Oh, well, I thought you were the other one on here.
Oh, that's me.
All right, that is Bad Weather Biker. Carl right there hanging out with us. Is that the name of the channel? Mm-hmm. And that is the name of the channel. So you don't have to write it, you just have to remember what he wrote. Our two friends having lunch. Dinner, I'm sorry. We're past lunch. Robert says red-tail hawks go after the pigeons.
Old fat guys with 16 gauges go after pigeons.
I'm sure y'all heard that. The old guys go after the pigeons with the shotguns, but we'll leave that for another time. No violence on the channel tonight. Ray's letter. Oh, that was you. Well, thanks. That was fantastic. We got a kick out of that. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks for being with us. That was super cool. We got the taillights of the car salute as you went out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. You give us a car salute every time you go by. Ray's letter, you make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe. That way you'll know every time we're live. Sometimes we're at this end of town, sometimes the other, and the rest of the time we're throughout the southeast. Up! There they go. Hey, guess what, guys? Oh, I know. I'm giving y'all a headache by doing that. My bad. I get excited. Old guys get excited. That's the problem here. All right. Everybody, let's see who shouts it out first. Let's see who's paying the most attention. We've got it all tonight. We got dive bombing pigeons, car salutes, locomotive salutes, Carl all the way from Wisconsin. Robert's got the green, Robert's got the green star. I was going to give you a gold one, but I got to thinking that doesn't make any sense. It's a green light. Mama Bear, you got a green light star too. Hey, double stars with you two. Can't get anything past either of you. I'm still excited we all got a car salute. Chuck, there was a great big dog the same color as Charlotte, but the dog was second to the train, and since the train hadn't gone, I didn't get you a chance, but you can tell that dog's well loved. All right, y'all. We're listening to the scanner. We're going to be quiet, and let's see what's coming our way. Crash, are you still on? And Cody, did you go trackside? Hey, Andy, how are you tonight, sir? You get busy up there and start sending those trains down that south track. Nothing up to Knoxville tonight. Yes, now we just got to get two girls in your life and we will have a double love factor. Eugene, everything is good. Matter of fact, we are so good. We're like an old barn with a double coat of paint on. That's how good it is tonight. Carl and I are hanging out here in Dalton tonight, North Dalton. And it was a little slow from 3 to 4:30, but after that, I know, Chuck. I keep trying. I hope one day you call me, even if it's 4 in the morning, and you say, Mike, guess what? You finally got the job done. The only call I get at 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning is come pick me up. Andy, that's good news. Hey, are you going to go to Alabama for Saturday's event? And the other night, I don't think I've talked to you since the other night. Right after you left, I'm not sure which is first, but we'll just say the next thing that happened on that video, which once that umbrella was upside down, I was done, as you know. But right after you left, they came back to go on into the fuel rack. And as they were coming by, it's like, I can't let this go. So I filmed a short, but as I was doing so, it was raining so hard that I had a clipboard. And then the hail started just as the locomotives are going past. And it's like, uh-oh, I gotta go somewhere. So then the tornado sirens went off there at the yard. So we went from massive rain to hail to tornado sirens. And it's like, this is extreme rail fanning. Casey hasn't had time to do that short yet, but it was pretty cool. But at least I got the Lackawanna and the Pennsylvania lashed together, and that flag flying straight out. All right, you guys, let's see. We don't have horn yet. You all decide, what do you want to look at? You want to look at the signals? You want to look at the track? You want to look at the direction the train's coming? You pick what you would like, and that's what we will watch until we have horn. And we're going to go quiet so we can hear the scanner, see if we can pick up our train number. Cody, you guys give us a progress report on 142. Ray's letter, did you catch it? Andy, we had a train so long it almost made it to you. Okay, we got scanner chatter. Let's start listening here. I'll get this in here right. Yeah, me too. I was really worried about how many dents the truck had, but I got underneath cover just in time. That's when it got the worst. But it's like, no, time to turn the camera off. And like I said, what really got the point across were the tornado sirens. I didn't want to end up in production 6 on the roof of one of the fraternity houses or up there on the platform for Life Force. So it's like, no, we got to go. So we ended up having dinner at Provino's. There was me and about 12 other people in the entire place, and there was no traffic. So all turned out well. All right, you guys, let's get ready for our next southbound. We should hear him on the 36.2 defect detector. Crash has not given us any reports what we have coming, so it's like that Cracker Jack box. We know there's a surprise, just how far down is it? Yeah, it was kind of eerie, kid. Like I said, we'd been down there. If you haven't watched that video, it's from Saturday night, and it's at the south end of the debug yard. And the wind is so strong, there's this massive flag on the other side of the yard, and it's standing straight out just as we start, and the train comes underneath that flag. It's just incredible. And then Andy joined me, and as the evening went on, it got worse, and Andy's, keeping track of the weather and watching the radar, and then, the umbrella, and you could hear just the rain's just pounding. but I just didn't want to give up on having those two lashed together. You know, that's literally 10% of the NS Heritage fleet. So at a certain point, Andy and I decided, yeah, we better pack it. But then I didn't, he left, I stayed for a moment, and then once they got closer, it's like, I can't go. But that's when all the rest happened. And like I said, when Casey does the short, it's pretty wild. 2011, is that the year that we had, what was it, like 44 of them touched down across a path? Railfan Lucan was just saying earlier today, he sent me a text, they got pollen and what have you, and how bad it is down there, but he said nothing compared to y'all blowing away and twisting away with those tornadoes. I'm trying to talk him into moving up here to the train capital of the world. He says, no, the wind goes around in too many circles for him. Don't forget, catch of the week, y'all. Whatever you see, make sure you send it on in. All right, we're going to listen. Got the scanner on. Carl and I are ready. Let's get an eye out for our next southbound NS.
Yeah, just something else.
Nice.
Here. No, it's out by the interstate. The Norfolk Southern tracks pass about a mile away. We can hear the horns. It's all right. You know, I prefer watching trains at night. I like the way the sound here. You look at the videos on the YouTube channel, and most of them are at night. I just like I like the way that the sound carries. You know, and I like the fact that there's not so much traffic around. And I like the way the sound echoes off in the distance more. I don't know if you've ever heard of Rochelle, Illinois, but I'm good for about 2 trips a year down on the motorcycle to go to Rochelle. That's where Union Pacific's double track main line crosses Burlington Northern's double track main line south of Rockford, Illinois. You can see between 60 and 100 trains there a day. But mostly about an hour and a half west of my house is La Crosse, and that's called Grand Crossing, and that's Canadian Pacific, crosses the Mississippi. Burlington Northern's double track to Minneapolis crosses at a double diamond there, and then Burlington Northern's yard and crew change point is right there next to the diamond. So there's trains all night long. It's just a constant parade of trains. I go down there. I'll get off of work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. I'll get about a 2 or 3 hour nap, and then when it gets dark out, I'll throw my son in the car, and both of our autistic butts will go and watch trains till 5 o'clock in the morning or until the sun comes up. Then we'll go home and do yard work and then take a nap on Saturday. So there's kind of an iron triangle from my house to the south of me is Canadian Pacific's main line, the old Milwaukee Road main, and then the Union Pacific eventually meets back up with it at Toma, so we kind of make that triangular loop on Friday nights. Invariably, you end up seeing trains on one of those, and you're never far from one of the other main lines, so you just kind of listen to the scanner, and if you hear some scanner chatter, you make a of a rail grinder working at night. And we got it in the dark with all the sparks flying everywhere. It was spectacular footage. And it was one of the smaller grinders that they just use on crossings and switches and stuff. So it passed back and forth between us like a half a dozen times over and over and over again. Large share of the stuff that run past my house, like there's a big coal plant up in Wausau, so we get an empty and loaded Powder River coal train by our house every day. And then lots of fracking sand trains. A couple times a week there's a coke train from an oil refinery that's going down to the steel mills in Chicago. That usually has CSX power on it. We used to have road railers. Back when Norfolk Southern still had the road railers, they ran an express over Union Pacific up to Minneapolis, hauling auto parts, but then they shut the Ford plant down in Minneapolis, and then that went away. So we occasionally get a crude oil train from Canada that comes by, a loaded crude oil train. We get ethanol trains from somewhere out by Minneapolis that come down our line going to Chicago. In all, by my house, we get about 12 trains a day, most of them at night. Only one or two of them during the day. I'm okay with that, because I'm never home during the day anyway. No, my wife she likes having we got a little pine plantation, about 3 rows of pine trees between my house and the tracks. And if we have a drought, of course, if a sticking breaker hot box goes by and risks starting my woods on fire, I'd like to log it off so that it doesn't burn it up. But in fact, one day, about 5 years ago, I came home from a motorcycle ride, and the DNR was unloading a big Caterpillar right in my driveway because they had started the tracks on fire, and they were going to bulldoze part of my property to put that out. That was interesting.
That'd be a surprise.
Everybody, we have some distant, unaudible chatter there on the scanner, so we need to listen for the 36.2.
I've seen CSX running a rock train through here. Is that going down to Atlanta for construction purposes, or is that for rebuilding the lines in the Carolinas? If they run it, I've seen that a couple times. It's like they got ore cars, but they're piled with limestone or something. They're short, like 30-foot jetties that come through here, and it's usually about this time of night. I've seen it more than once.
If any of you that are on that know where they're doing track work on the cars that Carl's talking about, let us know. And
they're not ballast cars. They're like ore jetties. They're not ballast cars.
No, scratch the ballast question then. I do know we have a MOW train just about a half a mile on a siding up here, but he had unloaded all the ties, but he was shut down when I arrived today. Mama Bear, too many clouds for a sunset tonight, so I haven't showed it to you, so you better enjoy it while you can over your way. If you have one, we don't. It's just kind of a gray, half cloud, half blue sky with one green light our way.
About 45 miles to the south of my house is a town called Corners, Wisconsin. And that's Canadian Pacific's change between Chicago and Minneapolis, so size yard. They have a branch and always keep a few engines there. Our yard in Adams, the Union Pacific yard, we've always got old school EMD power there. We've got a couple of nicely kept SD40s, maybe a GP40-2, standard cab SD60. You don't see many of those around anymore. So it's kind of nice seeing the old stuff. My office is up in a town called Marshfield, and the industrial park is served by Canadian National, and they use a standard cab SD60 to switch out that industrial. Yeah, the algorithm always catches that stuff.
Kid, I can't imagine that would be one of the things, the top 10 things you never forget, having something like that happen. Oh my goodness. Some of the things that we think back through that we all made it through. Mama Bear. And I got a quick message here to answer that. I got to take a couple pictures for Casey. There's one slow rolling train.
How far away is the nearest passing site to the north on CSX?
Just north on CSX Tunnel Hill.
Well, that is
Tunnel. All right, he's close. I didn't catch his number. I know there's a 2 and a 4, and I didn't get the rest of it. We'll listen again. But RNS train has to be close as loud as he was. Mama Bear, I was going to give you a sky, what do we want to call it, panorama, but since we do have our train close, we're going to wait a moment, but maybe we are losing light quick. We are getting close to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we all know what happens then. That was a kiss for y'all from the scanner.
sounds like how the old phone dialers used to sound.
Kid, I agree with you. Let's see what that scanner's got to say. That'll give us a quick idea. Bird brain there is in between the tracks.
Get out there for a minute. Be a 585 coming south, but he's not very good, but he's still on 23rd Street. He probably got about an hour and a half.
That is CSX Dispatch that you're listening to. He's talking to L808, which is our train that's working here in Dalton. And our next southbound will be 585, which is still up at 23rd Street. L808's going out on the main. He's got an hour. Cody, our next southbound, or our next CSX train will be 585 coming south. If you're going to hang on the tracks, it's going to be a little bit because he's still up at 23rd Street. Oh, too much there, y'all. Anybody want to guess what train? There's something on there very, very telltale that lets us know. Unless y'all just cheated and listened to the scanner too, but he beat me to the conversation. Oh, Mama Bear, it is. Wow, we'll scan that sky here in a moment. Southbound, and the quick telltale giveaway, UPS trailers on that southbounder, and there he rolls, headed down the road, and then on beyond. So, to Atlanta, everybody, we are getting close to that moment where we say goodnight, Irene, because we're going to see y'all at the next crossing. We're going to hang on, we're going to go ahead and start the countdown, because if John was on here, he'd tell you, as soon as I tell you guys the countdown starts, y'all have another 10 minutes before we hang it up, we get a trade. So, we're going to try that again and see if it works tonight. One of two things happens. We get one right after I tell you, or we get it right after I turn y'all off. So, we are going to start that countdown. We're going to use 8:05. That gives us, let's see, for another 9 minutes before we end tonight's live. And as you all know, we have a short delay, 6-7 seconds, and then it processes with YouTube, and then it becomes one of our regular permanent videos. So you can see it all the time, as many times as you want, and whatever's on there that, you know, everybody has their interest with rail fanning, and that's what makes this so much fun. Each of us gets something different out of all that. Everything from the pigeon to Mama Bear Sunset, which we're going to show y'all here in just a moment, to favorite locomotive, to our car salute tonight. Like I said, it's either like getting the Cracker Jacks, finding out what next surprise is, because you know there is one, or going fishing and you know they're down there. You get a bite, what is it that you've got? So we'll start the countdown. Mama Bear, just for you, we're going to go ahead and pan what has turned out to all of a sudden just a gorgeous sunset here. The clouds are lit up. It is unreal. So you quality control this. And like I said, unfortunately, we are under the bridge, so it's going to block some of it. But, oh, it is just amazing. As Kid was talking earlier, we all go through the trials and tribulations of life in the day, but we'll get a chance to sit back and relax, hang out, and like I said, if we can't all have fun together, we got to come up with a new plan. If you did have fun, like I tell y'all, tell everybody you know so they can subscribe, hang out with us and chat. If you didn't have a good time as I tell you all on a regular basis. Keep it a secret. Try it again and subscribe anyhow. I know. Y'all don't have to say it. But hey, this sky is Mama Bear's sky as we pan over the city of Dalton, Georgia, as 29F makes its way to the south. And there's where they're working on the old pasture depot. Oh, I don't know what they're cooking, but oh, does it smell good. L808, Jonathan, he's out on the main line working. Next CSX train is 1 hour out. Cody will be coming down your way, so you'll see him on the bird cam. All right, Mama Bear, here's the best part. Carl's up there, he's got his crayons out and his markers, and he's making this super duper red for you. Oh, it's just incredible. I wish that the full color would make it to you. Carl's there on a ladder. Here you go, Mama Bear. This is what he made for you. You can see the camera's working on adjusting, but that is what Carl and I are watching right now from underneath the overpass, where the pigeons have gone to bed. They've got full tummies. They've eaten all the Norfolk Southern grain that they can. And for those of you that know the area, there's the Truist Bank. Oh, that makes it wash out. Let's go back up here. There you go. Look at me learning how to get this camera to give you better color. That's scary. Mike and technology in the same sentence, and look what happens tonight. Mama Bear, I'm almost proud of myself. Look at that. I would have missed it if I'd have done this. Look at that. Look, see what I normally would have done? I'd be like, why can't I get that for her? But through discovery. So this is what Carl and I see right now here in Dalton, Georgia, where it's just now 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday. And after this processes tonight, it'll be in the live library on Rail Moments. And Mama Bear, on a day where it's raining and awful and yuck and what have you, you can just come and tune back into this, have your sunset. There, the white of the pillar is going to throw it off. Let me spin a little more and see if I can get rid of that white pillar. There you go. Look at me, look. There. That is literally straight on from Carl and I right now. I can only imagine what you see over in Lookout Valley. And if we all spin over here, this way, we don't have any of that. It's all over here. There. All right, if anybody's north or south of us, if you've got something, we know CSX is quiet. The only thing we could hope for right this moment was there's something holding down on the NS track. We've got all rigs going south. I'll have to start packing bread for the pigeons so they can eat better. Have a little corn sandwich. All right, and we'll take one last look at the lights since we are here for training, not that kind of training, but Railfan training. Don't forget, catch of the week. Send it in, railmoments.com. If it's the bald eagle over the railroad tracks, that app. Oh, we got the lights on. Look at there. But that's the lights over there. All we get over here is broken lights and darkness and sleeping pigeons. Sorry, Mama Bear, I'll take you back there. Boy, look how quick it's disappearing. But anyhow, catch of the week, railmoments.com. Anything we'll just say in the last 10 days, 7 days, whatever it is that you've seen while you were rail fanning, submit it. Each week we'll pick our pick of the week, and then everybody can see them. And Casey's going to put the blue ribbon for each week or highlight them in some way so that they're there for everyone to enjoy. Saturday, down in Irondale. Let me pull it up here. I don't want to tell you wrong information. When I say Saturday, I'll give you the date here in just a moment. Since these do go into the library, I always want to make sure I give you the year so you get these. The Magic City Rail Walks 2025 on March 22nd, 11 a.m. in Irondale, Alabama. We'll all be there. And our host is Aiden McClendon. So mark your calendars. That's this Saturday for us that are, if you're watching it in live. Tony will keep reminding you of the model railroad get together coming up in a couple months. And we will be back live tomorrow night. Don't know where yet, but someplace. Look, just that short amount of time, how quick it's already disappeared. Should all be over Lookout Valley about right now. But we will be back trackside. Carl's been hanging out with us all the way from Wisconsin. He's been keeping me out of trouble. You got any closing things you want to tell everybody?
Just how incredibly grateful I am.
Yeah, talk up.
To the people of Georgia, how nice everybody is down here. It actually makes us Midwesterners feel kind of stuck up. I've met incredibly nice people down here, and good train washing, but the people are nice. It makes it nice. So thanks for making me feel welcome down here.
And see, like we talked so many times, that's what rail fanning's all about. All the different folks you all meet. I know all of you have met somebody at some point. Still stay in touch. Saturday at the Railroad Museum, it was just fantastic. I can't even list. There's so many folks that were so much fun to meet. But Nick stood out because it was just super. If you haven't seen Saturdays with the Southern 630 swing, I'm not going to steal the thunder of what you're going to see, but that was really, really fun. I had a great time on Saturday. So we are going to swing back to the lights. Scanner is quiet. We are going to start packing, but just in case we get a northbound, we'll still be here, but only for a couple more minutes. You can see the glow of the red on the track. How cool is that? Mama Bear's sunset's gone, so this will be the next best thing I can do for you. Glowing red across the tracks, where I think it was Cody that first started it. Glowing is a word here that we use on Rail Moments. So you now have, we're going to finish our night with some red light glowing. I'm going to start packing, and then we'll go ahead and conclude. Just got a lower battery notice. We will be done one way or another, whether we wanted to or not, because the phone just said so.
There's something about the smell of fresh creosote ties that I just,
I'd say with the winter fall a little bit earlier.
I love that smell.
Are you XL?
Am I what?
XL, not shirt size.
I am. You're not gonna get me there, are you? Can't be. Oh, I'll have to give you a super
XL?
You are very honored.
Anybody I hang out with, always want to remember that they had a good time. Good time, don't tell anybody. No, it's just so much fun to meet people.
Yeah, if you ever decide to take a run up in the Illinois area, and I mean, Rochelle, Illinois is a place that every rail fan should make a pilgrimage to visit because it's kind of a unique diamond the way BN approaches the diamond. They approach it on a curve and the cars are almost lean at a NASCAR-like elevation from the double track team. And there's a warehouse, a Del Monte canning warehouse on the other side of the curve that matches the curve of the track. So the sound reverberates off that warehouse like a giant subwoofer. And I'm serious. You could stand 4 or 5 feet from the tracks and the cars are leaning enough that you're looking up at the tops of double stack cars. That's how far they lean over on that curve. It's a really cool dive.
It's a real show.
But it's very widely spaced and it's very loud and every train is getting a good cadence to it. It's kind of like over and over again. It's just, it's my favorite train walk. It was a lot better back in Chicago and Northwestern days. Now it's just boring. Union Pacific is so boring. So boring. And at least BNSF, you can still see some war bonnets once in a while and some green and black stuff. You don't always see the orange stuff.
Dog walk time, y'all. Pook's on the move. He's getting his exercise down Main Street, although that's not the name of the road. But oh, speaking of, if y'all like Cuban coffee, right there, cigar time. He makes, I'm not even sure how I want to describe it. It takes him a little while to get it ready, but he takes a double shot of something and then he takes some other stuff and mixes it all up, almost like he's muddling it and getting ready to make a drink, puts it together, then puts some more black coffee in. Oh, is it good? Now it's got a little sweetness to it, but it's Cuban coffee and it is phenomenal right there at cigar time. It's also a bar, and it's also a cigar lounge. So you can get a Bloody Mary. He's got a whole list of liquors, real, and great big old leather chairs. So next right here in downtown Dalton. So if y'all visit, make sure, and if y'all like antiques, oh, there goes our dog. Down the street, getting his exercise. Mama's on the phone there, walking the dog. It's amazing with today's technology. I'm surprised we can't read the phone. And if you like antiques, Bucket List Antique, right? Bucket List Antiques, right there in that store. Another great spot. Like I said, bring lots of money because there's lots of things. So, from Carl and I, live trackside, and from Casey back in the studio, to all of you, thanks for participating, thanks for spotting, thanks for being on, thanks for bringing up the memories. Crash said it's a good thing we missed the Kmart slogan, so we will see you at the next crossing.